Hey Kingdom Kids, come on, let's go on another adventure.
CC, it's story time. CC, it's story time. CC always telling us stories. Pink hair and socks, so she's never boring. Whiteboard with the orange tie. You need a recap? Derek is your guy. Oh, with a flow so cold. Everybody get ready for adventure mode. Heather with the crew that's so disruptive. Hey, what's that? Friendly interruption. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids.
Hey Kingdom Kids, thanks for coming back to go on this adventure with me. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about being a good neighbor, even when we don't like our neighbor. But before we do that, we need a recap. Take it away, Derek.
Jesus told a crowd a story. Once a man had 2 sons. One day, the younger son said to his father, "Give me my inheritance now!" So, the father gave his son his share of the money, and the younger son packed up everything he owned and left for the city. He wasted all of his money on wild living. He had spent everything his father had given him. But when a bad famine spread through the whole land, he had nothing to eat. He went to work for a man to take care of his pigs. He was so hungry, he would have been glad to eat what the pigs were eating, but no one gave him a thing. The son realized that even his father's servants were living better than he was now. "I will go back and beg my father to be one of his servants." When his father saw him coming down the road, he ran to his son and hugged him. His father said to the servants, "Hurry and make feast! This son of mine was dead but has now come back to life. He was lost and has now been found." And they began to celebrate. Whoa, talk about a coming home party.
Aw, that story was so sweet. You know, it almost reminds me of this one time where my dog put on his...
We interrupt this regularly scheduled program to bring you this friendly interruption. Please enjoy this riddle from our wonderful Dr. Richard.
Hello, Kingdom Kids, and welcome back with more riddles with Dr. Richard. Now, tell me if you can solve this one. What has many teeth but can't bite? A comb! It's a comb! I bet you didn't get that one.
Oh man, I was so close to figuring that one out. It's fine, I'll get it next time. Back to Cece.
Wow, thanks Dr. Richard. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for...
Adventure Mode!
An expert in the law of Moses stood up and asked Jesus a question to see what he would say. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to have eternal life?" Jesus answered, "What is written in the scriptures? How do you understand them?" The man replied, "The scriptures say, 'Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind.' They also say, 'Love your neighbors as much as you love yourself.'" Jesus said, "You have given the right answer. If you do this, you will have eternal life." But the man wanted to show that he knew what he was talking about. So he asked Jesus, "Who are my neighbors?" Jesus answered his question with another parable. As a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, robbers attacked him and grabbed everything he had. They beat him up and ran off, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, but when he saw the man, he walked by on the other side and completely ignored him. Later, a temple helper came to the same place. But when he saw the man who had been beaten up, he also went by on the other side and did nothing to help this poor man. A man from Samaria then came traveling along that road. Samaritans and Jews were enemies and could not stand to be in each other's company. But when he saw the man, he felt sorry for him and went over to help him. He treated his wounds and bandaged them. Then he put him on his own donkey and took him to an inn, where he took care of him. The next morning, he gave the innkeeper 2 silver coins and said, "Please take care of the man. If you spend more than this on him, I will pay you when I return." Then Jesus asked, "Which of these 3 people was a real neighbor to the man who was beaten up by robbers?" The expert in the law of Moses answered, "The one who showed pity." Jesus said, "Go and do the same. Treat others as you want them to treat you." And that's what we learned on
Adventure Mode!
Luke 6:32 says, "If you love only someone who loves you, will God praise you for that? Even sinners love people who love them. But love your enemies and be good to them. Then you will be the true children of God in heaven." It's easy to be nice to people who are nice to you. If someone gave you some of their cookie, it would be easy to give them your brownie. But if someone stole some of your brownie, would it be easy to give them the rest of your brownie? No, of course not. But God has called us to love our enemies as ourselves, just like the Samaritan man in today's story. Kingdom Kids, I want to challenge you to be a good neighbor this week, not just to those who are kind to you, but to everybody. Well, that's all the time we have for today, Kingdom Kids. I'll see you next time. Bye!
I liked this video. Did you? Well, like and subscribe.